My friends, I kid you not, there's too much to even try to put in this little short opening. So I'll tell you all about it right after this. Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Workshop. It is Tuesday, November 2nd. And we had one of the best jams at Dickey's Barbecue last night that we've had in a long time. I think part of that was due to the fact that Barry sat in with us last night. Barry Mantell, he's one of our guests at the rental retreat, and he was playing the Martin that I set up for him. We've got clips of Barry playing his Martin guitar and his Taylor guitar. I've also got a short clip of Russell, who is our other guest, with his wife also staying here at the, he's at the actual Airbnb up there, the bigger place. He seemed to enjoy himself at the jam last night as well, and he really seemed to enjoy his new setup on his guitar. So here's a couple of clips on all that. I'm going to just run it all back to back, and then we'll talk after that. Well, my friends, I've got the Martin guitar up in pretty good shape, so Barry's going to pick you a tune on it.
Good morning, everyone. A little tune called Don't Think Twice.
Well, that was pretty amazing. Oh my goodness.
That guitar sounds pretty good, Jerry. Thanks for all your good work on it.
Oh, good. Are you okay with it then?
Yes, I am. I am very happy with it. You polished it up real nice too.
Yeah, I took out all the fingernail grooves and all the. There was a lot of fretwear. I could tell just from the fretwear he was a picker. There was no doubt in my mind because usually I see fretwear in maybe like the first 3 or 4 frets, but this had fretwear all the way up here, and I knew just from that he could pick. And so he's probably going to sit in with us tonight at Dickey's, and that'll be great. Him and Don will have a real field day because Don picks in that style also. And so those two will probably hyper themselves into a frenzy. Okay, well, that was really good picking, so thanks for doing that. Well, my friends, we've got the Taylor all set up too. That one required a lot more work than the Martin. There was just a whole lot of things going on there that we had to work on. I'm not too many things to even really mention, but we spent a couple hours on it, and I think it turned out really good. So I'm going to turn it over to Barry and let him maybe pick it for you and tell you more about it.
Good morning. I'm going to just pick a little bit on it and tell you a little bit about what I think of this operation that Jerry has going here. It's really fabulous, but here we go. Yes, I brought two different guitars for Jerry to work on, and he finished them all up, and boy, I couldn't be happier with the setup that he did on both of them, and even gave me a recommendation. This one had a pickup that had the electronics mounted below the saddle here, and he suggested that really was not the best for the tone when it's being played acoustically. So he talked me into getting it set up with a bags pickup system, which I'm going to be doing once I return home. But my wife Becky and I came here, and we spent 2 days at the farm here, and I got to tell you, it is a fabulous place. Jerry and his wife have this beautiful, beautiful farm here that just has extensive oak forest and backs up to the Mark Twain National Forest, so it's very secluded and very peaceful. And we did some hiking, and they took us on a tour of a lot of the areas that Jerry puts on his videos, you know, like the cave and the pond that he built and things like that. So it was enjoyable to see those up close and personal after seeing them on the videos. So anyway, I would highly recommend, if you have a guitar that needs to be set up, or a mandolin, or any kind of stringed instrument, Jerry is everything that you see on his videos. He's a straight shooter. He tells you things honestly and from his heart, and he's just an all-around good guy, and his wife Sue couldn't be lovelier as well. So I highly recommend this experience for anybody that wants to have their guitar set up and to have a little respite from the day-to-day world you might be having. So thank you for listening.
Oh, that was very kind of you. Thank you so much. How did you like the jam last night?
Oh, I enjoyed the jam. The musicianship of Jerry's group is pretty high. You know, they pass the microphone around and everybody does a song, and you know, boy, some of the bluegrass stuff gets going at a pretty good pace. So we're moving it along.
Yeah, sometimes
pretty good.
Sometimes we can't keep up with ourselves.
Well, the other thing I found interesting, you know, if you're a performing musician, sometimes you're used to doing a 45-minute set and taking a break, and then doing another 45-minute set and maybe taking a 10-15-minute break. But no, we played for what, 2.5 hours straight?
2.5 hours straight without a break.
So you know, when you're done with that, you go, whew, boy, that was a workout, you know. And the nice thing is, then you have a good night's sleep. So.
You know what? I think a lot of people don't realize that playing music is actually work. It's especially when you're on stage and you're performing. It's high stress. It really is. But we had a good time, and you really fit in well. This guy can really pick a guitar, man. He was killing it. My friends, we have another visitor in the shop. He's going to be staying at the rental retreat. I think your wife's with you too, right?
Yeah, she's reading in the car right now. She's not much of a guitar fanatic, you know.
This is Russell, and Russell, say your last name again.
Manuel.
Manuel. I should be able to come up with that, but I can't. I'm horrible with names. Russell brought me a guitar to look at. It's a beautiful guitar. It's kind of I won't say it's one of a kind, but it's very few of a kind. It's a nice looking Martin. Look at that neck. And the body is what's really nice. I'll tell you what, the top on this thing, it looks like high select grain spruce. Boy, I mean, it's good stuff. It's very, very nice. You can tell by looking. The sides are curly maple, and the back is a curly maple, and it's just beautiful. Getting all that light bulb glare there, and trying to keep that out of it as much as possible so you can see it, but it's a beautiful guitar. So what are you bringing it to me for, Russell?
Set up.
Set up, yeah.
Set up, yeah, just to have your hands on it and see what you have to say about it.
Okay.
Know, what you wanted to do.
Well, let me just give it a quick once over. I'll have to honestly start out kind of a little bit negative. The neck angle's a little bit up. It's not horrible, but it's a little bit up. A little bit of a belly here. I can even see it in the light how it's kind of pulled around here a little bit. Well, you might want to look inside there, make sure there's nothing loose in there because of that little bump right there, just to make sure.
Yeah, she's 30 years old. So.
That old? Yeah. I would have guessed this as being relatively new, actually.
Yeah. 1993.
It's a beautiful guitar. The action looks a little bit high. These are just my, quick observations. It looks like it has a micarta saddle. It could probably be improved with a bone or antler saddle in terms of the overall tonal quality. But the action does look a little high, so it definitely needs some work on the action. And I'm guessing it's mostly due to this area here, slightly due to the neck angle. The bridge is rocked a little bit this way, so that makes me wonder if there's something going on inside, like maybe the bridge pad's a little weak or broke, or maybe there's a brace loose or something. So we want to look at that real good before we, jump into this. So we'll do that first. Well, my friends, we've got Russell's guitar all fixed up here. We lowered the action, put on a deer antler saddle. We fixed these pins. These pins were really hard to get out. I mean, like it took a pliers to get them out of there. They were tight. And so we, beveled the holes just a little bit. Now the pins just fit perfect. I mean, they fit really good. We got that saddle action working great. We're at roughly 80 thousandths here and roughly 70 thousandths here. And the action up here, I didn't change. It was already low, and it's very low. So, but it doesn't seem to be buzzing. We did a very light fret leveling job and everything on it. So, as far as I can tell, it's just about as good as we can do. How do you feel about it, Russell?
Oh, this is the place to come.
Oh, good.
This is the place to come. I'll repeat that, folks. If you got a guitar and you want it done right, this is the place to come.
Well, thank you very much, Russell. I appreciate that very much. This is a really cool guitar. I don't think I told you the model number of this. We said it was a pretty rare one. How many did you say were made?
15.
15, only 15. And this is a J65E. The E stands for the electronics. It's a J style rather than a jumbo style rather than a dreadnought style. But it's a really pretty guitar. It's got a really good sound. Let me see here what it got a nice sound. And that's even including the the under saddle pickup there too, and it still has that good sound there. So very nice guitar. Well, I hope you're happy.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. Yeah.
Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed seeing those guys with their guitars, and I really feel like they were, genuinely happy with their setups, so I feel really good about it. It always makes me feel much better when I feel like the customer really does enjoy what what I gave them. So I feel real good about it. In other news, this little weird thing that I dug out from under the concrete, a lot of people said they thought it was some sort of an insulator. And you know what? I think that's a good possibility. I don't see really any clue that there would have been they used to have a wooden threaded deal that went up through most of those insulators. I don't see any clue for that. But this may have been a really big one or something. Now, people were saying for like voltage, high voltage. Well, keep in mind, this was back in 1909. And especially out here, there wouldn't have been any voltage at all, let alone high voltage. That's my speculation, to be truthful. I don't know. Did they have electric run on poles back in 1909 out in the country? And keep in mind, we're a long way from, your normal civilization, especially back in 1909. But so my guess is, because the railroad tracks run by here really close, that if it was an insulator, that my guess is that it was for telegraph or something like that. But I think that's a good guess that it's an insulator. I really do. I don't know what else it could be other than some sort of a large crockware type deal. But I thought it was interesting to hear what y'all had to say about it. In other news as well, I got a new thing. What is it? Well, I'm not even sure I know what it is yet. It's a camera, supposedly. It's a DJI type camera, and I can't remember the model number on it right now. But it's got its own built-in gimbal, and it's for outdoor action type stuff, and it's supposedly supposed to be a little bit more windproof type deal. I don't know if that's true or not, or if we'll have to do something about that. I don't even know how to use it, and it didn't come with any instructions at all. So you got to go online, I guess, to find out how to do the thing. I mean, like, there was no paper in it came in a plastic pouch, and that's it. And so there you go. Yeah, the way things happen these days, us old guys, it's kind of a shock to our systems. Now back to some more music type content that is the reason most of you tune in here. Take a look at what I picked up at the jam last night. We had folks came in to watch the jam last night for the first time, and they brought me a gift, sort of. Yeah, this one here's they said it has some kind of problem. I'm not sure what it is yet. Oh my gosh. Where have we seen this before? And again, it's real thin around that, truss rod. And of course, this is that, Les Paul style instrument. And yeah, it's bad. And there's no such thing as just gluing this back together and making it work. So it's going to require a large scarf joint again, like I've done on those mandolins, or actually like I've done on one mandolin and about to do on another mandolin for the acoustic shop. So this is going to go on the shelf, by the way, and it's going to be a while before you see it again. But so, please be patient. I'll get to it as quick as I can get to it, but yeah, with winter coming on and firewood and stuff, and everything's going to slow down here, at least in terms of the quantity of instruments I can push through the shop. So it's going to be a while before you see this, I imagine, unless those other jobs that are in front of it are fairly quick, and I know one of them is not. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Well, I think that's going to be about it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really do appreciate all your support and all the wonderful, nice comments that you guys have been giving me. And life couldn't be much better. The channel's doing really well. It's growing really well, although I hesitate to say that because it seems like I jinx it every time I do. But we're just about to hit 82,000 already, which is really fast all of a sudden, because it took me forever to go from 78 to 80. It took most of the year. But it's all of a sudden just growing again. So I don't know why that happens like that. But all I can say is thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. I really do appreciate your support. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.